In a sermon, the guest speaker enjoined Christians not to come to God tight-fisted, saying that there is blessings in giving.
We must learn that act of giving out of obedience to God. When we give in obedience to God, God will surprise us, God will bless us. When we give sacrificially, God can do much more in our lives.
The 2023 harvest of New Beginning was unveiled.
The significance of today's harvest of unveiling is just for us to unveil the blessings of God, the goodness of God in our lives. Not that God has not been blessing us, He's been blessing us, but God has assured us that He's going to give us a new beginning.
At the All Christian Fellowship Mission Mitama, the church is lending its voice in curbing the menace of drug abuse in the society as it invited experts to speak on this worrisome topic.
The message today is that parents in particular must wake up. They must understand their children. They must observe their children. I'm not saying they be monitoring spirit, but they must know their children. People are too caught up in economic needs, looking for money, looking for this, neglecting the family.
In order to make sure drug abuse or addiction does not have negative impact on the church, we deem it fit to organize a special workshop and days like this to make sure that our members are not caught in the web of drug addiction.
Prayers were offered for the nation.
There is a popular biblical saying, many are called, few are chosen. On 25th June 2023, the Congregation of Christ Apostolic Church, Nyanya District, friends and family of Pastor and Mrs. Ezekiel Oyewole Onyiwola witnessed the celebration of life of people whose calling and pastoral mission is a fulfillment of the beautiful saying. It was an atmosphere of outpouring love and gratitude to God for His grace and the gift of life as Pastor and Mrs. Ezekiel Oyinwola retires from active pastoral duty. Their calling and marriage put together is what has been described as divine selection. The celebrants respond.
Today is my birthday and today makes me to be 75 years in the universe, in the world. And at the same time, we are doing the send-off for me. I'm ending the missionary work here today.
I thank God for life. I thank God for my life.
The family, guests, and church members of the man and woman of God were happy to share in the anointing, eulogizing their virtues as spiritual leaders and role models to younger people. Their friends prayed for longer and more prosperous life.
He's been a very, very good father, very caring father. He's a go-getter and he loves God.
We are grateful to God for a good life. God has kept them.
My wife used to say that he's a man with a womb, in the sense that he has the grace to accommodate.
The Thanksgiving service song rendition was so thick that one could almost touch it.
This is a pre-Arafat conference with all stakeholders in Hajj operation, including Islamic scholars. The meeting is for appraisal on the airlift exercise and highlights on next steps for a hitch-free Hajj. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria says it is reinventing itself for the best outing, just as Saudi authorities adopt new strategies for safety of the pilgrims.
Minus those who may be sick or indisposed, we are confident to say every person who had the right documents has been brought to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for this year's Hajj. Our responsibility now is to ensure that as we move near the day of Hajj proper, which is at Arafah and Mina and Muzdalifah, to ensure that the Muslims, pilgrims, indeed are able to do their rites successfully.
Nigeria's ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Yahya Lawal, and others analyzed the recent challenges and breakthroughs. In the end, they all agree that all components must work together to achieve the target. For those states compromise the rules on welfare and health condition of the pilgrims, the Hajj Commission says there will be sanctions. Now the attention is how the return of the pilgrims back home after Hajj is going to be. In Mecca, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Our sector is key in boosting and sustaining the economy of any nation. It is therefore pertinent to apply biotechnology, mechanization amongst other methods for a bumper harvest. This was the thrust at Nasarawa State University KEFI's 31st inaugural lecture presented by Professor Olumiwa James J. Oba of the Department of Soil Science on the topic Digital Modeling and Mapping of Environmental Resources, ultra-strategic method for food and nutrition security in Nigeria.
The whole concept of this lecture is to see how we can use digital and innovative technology to improve the output and the resources of farmers.
Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Bala Mohammed, applauded the inaugural lecturer for choosing a universally accepted topic for presentation.
We have a lecture that is excellent, well delivered, with what he has been doing over the years and with clear policy recommendations on how to ensure food and nutrition security in Nigeria. So we're going to follow up the paper, we're going to pick the policy recommendations therein, and we're going to pass it to the relevant authorities at the state and national level.
The epoch-making event was attended by academia within and outside Nasarawa State.
Wuse Flyover is one of the locations where the activities of AMAC Mobile Advert Unit occurs on a daily basis. The scenario presented here is that of a private car owner who has been arrested and charged for haulage but asked to pay to a private account despite warning by the Abuja Municipal Area Council to all technical partners to stop diverting revenue to their private accounts.
Once they come out with loads inside their motor, those people outside, so-called AMAC task force, they will arrest them, fighting with both sides. I don't know what is going on there. They will say taxation, you must have paid tax before you carry load inside your motor.
We have been seeing a lot here concerning those AMAC. They have been just, I can just say, they are just a terrorist to private people that are carrying load. They went and buy goods from market.
People are doubting it. That is it actually legal or illegal? AMAC should be able to identify these people. Who are these people? And they should go on air to sensitize public that these are the people that are saddled with this responsibility of collecting this revenue. Not everybody. We have, if you go outside there, you say we have doors.
There has been misconception accusing the Wuse Market's management of excessive charges due to the illegal activities of some revenue collectors.
Once they see you load your vehicle and any part of the load is shown outside, they pack you. And before my brother had encountered them, and he was calling me and I said, who are those people? I give them the phone, and before you know it, they just collected something and they take off. That's what they do. All hands has to be on deck, and Abuja Market Management Limited is prepared to join force with other agencies, including the media, to make sure that we reach the not just the marketplace, the society of all these menaces.
The Abuja Municipal Area Council is reforming its revenue sector to block all revenue leakages.
Some people have mobilized themselves, the illegal collectors, because of how they have enjoyed the illegality. And then they have now mobilized themselves. They are carrying weapons within the city. We have engaged the police, the DSS, the civil defense, and everybody. And we are coming after them.
Residents are therefore advised not to pay revenue to individual accounts except the AMAC accounts.
The immediate cause of the latest kills in Abuja remains unknown.
Conceived with the intent to ease the flow of traffic in the nation's capital.
Whichever way it turns out, either to consolidate on the existing mandate or institute a new dispensation.
Located within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC.
How much do people know about ADR? Are charting a path to having more youth participate in governance, in addition to building young entrepreneurs.
Residents of the Federal Capital Territory are calling on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, look into the situation.
You have to strike a balance to have a future that you don't have to regret.
Like experts say, what kills really is fear.
In Abuja,
Onoziaku,
NTA News.
Affection refers to the warm feelings and endearment one has towards another person, and being affectionate involves displaying tenderness and love through kind words and gestures like holding hands, hugging, kissing on the cheek, showing empathy, actively listening, and simply being present. So when considering which gender demonstrates more affection between men and women, who is more likely to do so?
It's man. And God passionately give woman to man. So, and also give instruction to the man that he should pamper the woman.
I believe men love more. They love more. They don't usually show it, but they love more.
If we are not going to be sentimental about it, the woman is more affectionate. They tend to, give their life to what they do for you.
A woman loves you, she loves you from the depth of her heart.
Many are of the opinion that the traits of being affectionate may be more adaptive for women, as women have been created with the purpose of birthing and nurturing, which is not possible without affection.
In a family, you find out that a woman believes that she is supposed to be more affectionate. She's supposed to be more closer to the family than the man.
The women are mothers, we are nurturers, we care for the children, we care for the home, we care for the husband too. So in our nature, that's how we are.
There is another school of thought that men are not raised to show their feelings due to cultural or social reasons, while others believe that expressing themselves in certain ways could be a sign of weakness, as there is still so much pressure on men to be macho.
Normally, a man is supposed to show much love and care and attention to the family first. You understand? That's how it's supposed to be. But because of the society, maybe if you are too close to your wife, you're too, you bond much with your wife, they tend to say that you're weak.
If the man decides to help the woman take care of the kids and show compassion, it doesn't mean he's a weak man. In fact, that means he's a real man.
According to experts, cultivating affectionate behavior can foster harmonious coexistence and facilitate emotional healing. Affection is considered a genuine sentiment that is difficult to feign, thus encouraging both men and women to openly express their feelings and demonstrate affection towards others.
Expressed in diverse genres to accompany different emotional feelings and man's various celebratory purposes. Indeed, music can be said to be a compassionate companion that listens to man's deepest secrets, embracing emotions and whispering melodies into our hearts.
A man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Calling me to ransom, gonna keep on keeping on.
I listen to music when I'm stressed. I listen to music when I want to improve my mood. I listen to music when I want to get a message. Yes. So music tells stories. Music pass messages.
Music to humanity is everything. Music is happiness. Music is what gives you good health. Music brings people together. Music is a gift. Music is just like the life we live.
As an integral support system to man's everyday existence, people around the world have set aside a day to celebrate this great art in all its forms, recognizing its importance in people's lives.
Today, we've seen the music community being the fore model of culture in Nigeria. I mean, we've seen what Davido did with politics for his uncle, how that musical influence was able to drive. So again, music is so important in our culture today. Our music determines what we wear, how we wear, it determines our style, it determines our culture. And like you rightly said, music is definitely going to be something that will continue to drive culture in Nigeria in the near future.
We can be able to project our life and people can understand us. Do you understand? Because before growing up, it was always like hip hop, house music, but now it's Afrobeat everywhere. So now I can be able to go to any country and put and be like, oh, I'm from Nigeria, and they'll recognize you and they'll recognize the music background of like, oh, this is Afrobeat guy.
From the oldest musical instrument in the world, the Neanderthal flute, made by Neanderthals 6,000 years ago, to the Renaissance songs of Orlando de Lasso, down to the Roaring 20s, the old school jams of the 80s, hip-hop and now Afrobeats. Music has continued to evolve and serve humanity.
Many of them things I don't sing about.
Step Ejiro is back and on the road. Kicking off his comeback with Domitila, the reboot to the industry veteran's next project is a sequel to his hit series Ripples, followed by a remake of Sakobi. Ejiro, who was the creator and producer of the original show, has recreated an updated version titled Ripples New Generation. The 2023 series picks up years after the 90s show, which was first premiered on NTA in 1988 and aired for 5 years. On recreating his hit series, the founding father of Nollywood said, "I feel so happy that we have been able to create Ripples, the new generation, because today we have made history." Also, on June 9, 2023, Transformers Rise opened at the Nigerian box office with 35 million naira. Directed by Stephen Cappell Jr., the seventh installment in Paramount action franchise follows Optimus Prime and the Autobots as they attempt to take out a threat that's capable of destroying the entire planet. It stars Anthony Ramos and Dominic Fishback. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse maintains second place with 35 million naira, while Fast X is currently in third place with 25 million naira. Audiomack announced award-winning Nigerian singer Burna Boy as the first African artist to hit 1 billion streams on its platform. This one reflects the immense popularity of Burna Boy as an internationally acclaimed musician and demonstrates the power and reach of Audiomack's platform to connect artists with a global audience. On his achievement, saying, "I am incredibly grateful and humbled. Much love to everyone who has streamed my music and continues to support me. You all are the true MVPs."
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap. I am Charity Zaka. To begin the segment, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Thursday joined world leaders in a summit for New Global Finance Pact. The summit, attended by world leaders, was held in Paris, France. Last week, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the dissolution of the governing board of all federal government parastatals, agencies, institutions, and government-owned companies in the exercise of its constitutional powers and in the public interest. And from the office of the Vice President Kashim Shettima, in the week under review, decorated the new Acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, the event held at the office of the Vice President.
I feel like a tiger inside of me, ready to chase away all the criminals in Nigeria. And some other time, I feel like a lion in me, ready to devour all the enemies, internal enemies of Nigeria.
And from the Federal Capital Territory and the Abuja Municipal Area Council have made plans to harmonize revenue collection in order to curb the problem of multiple taxation in the territory.
Harmonizing and standardizing revenue collection processes to eliminate double taxation and gangsterism in revenue collection.
Members of the Nigerian Youth Organization held their 18th Stakeholders General Assembly Conference. It was to reaffirm commitment to the Nigerian project aspirations with equal opportunities for all.
Now the youth of this country are actually the instrument expected to change Nigeria's course for good. The youth actually is the answer.
Also, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has donated 3 brand new dialysis machines, water treatment plants, along other facilities to Federal Medical Center Jabi.
But let me state that the federal government is equally doing a lot in the health sector.
This addition is going to assist greatly in reducing mortality that arises from kidney diseases.
And lastly, in the week under review, 20 senior officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps FCT Command were decorated following their recent promotion by the board. That is the much we can take on Weekly News Wrap. Sunday Magazine continues shortly.
Nigeria Rugby Senior Men's National Team, the Black Stallions, have cruised to the quarter-final stage of the ongoing 2024 pre-Olympic qualifiers holding in Mauritius. The Black Stallions kicked off their campaign on an impressive note with a 24-7 victory over Ghana in the first match. The second game boosted their first win with an impressive 42-14 win over Burundi, which moved them to the top of Group A that has Ghana, Burundi and Democratic Republic of Congo. The third match saw Nigeria confirming their supremacy when they blew apart Democratic Republic of Congo 43-0. To qualify for the quarter-final stage of the competition, Nigeria awaits results from other polls to know their opponent in the last 8. Meanwhile, reigning Nigerian Professional Football League champions Enyimba International of Aba and Nigerian National League side Yobe Desert Stars of Damaturu booked their tickets for the Niger Super 8 finals in Lagos after winning their zonal playoff matches at the Eket Township Stadium on Saturday. Enyimba edged Heartland 1-0 in a KG Oriental Derby, while Yobe Stars produced their first upset in the Niger Super 8 playoffs with a 2-1 victory over MPFL side Gombe United. Niger Super 8 finals will be held at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena in Lagos from 7th to 16th July.